Shabbat Shalom everyone. This week we are entering Parshat Shoftim in the book of Devarim, which is a phenomenal parsha, and it starts off, the parsha itself starts off relating that one should set aside judges and officers to appoint themselves when they come into the land of Israel straight away in the Parshat of Shoftim, naturally. So what's going on here? Officers and judges. Straight away it's obvious when the Torah is just instructing it. Every society that wants to function well needs officers, judges, and the proper court system and all the ordinances. So what's going on? The Judaical system they need. So why is the Torah relating that? So there's a commentator that actually straight away says that just by doing this itself, you're keeping a mitzvah, even though that it's an obvious natural thing. So, okay, further on, the Torah also says at a later stage that one should appoint themselves officers or judges, people they can speak to, which is relevant to their time period. That's what the Torah states. So once again, you know, in every century, there's different people, different rabbonim, different mentors, can relate to different people that grapple with different issues of different period of time. So once again, what's the point of this? So there's every point of this, and the Torah actually relates that in the Midrashim says in Parshat Lech Lecha and Vayera that Abraham was a kiruv worker, an outreach worker, and he very much inspired a lot of people to become Jewish, to convert to Judaism or monotheism, whatever you want to call it. But the commentators actually point out that many of these people did not actually stay Jewish at a later stage. So why? Why didn't they stay Jewish? Because they were not able to relate to Abraham's son, Yitzchak. It was very difficult to relate to him at a later stage because it was a different generation and they couldn't connect to that. So many people following the monotheistic way left the fold. So so this very much is represented that the Torah itself is saying appoint judges in your time period, because at this time you set yourself a rabbi. The rabbi's got to be able to relate to you, what you are, what you need, what does your community need, what does a person himself need, the family himself need, the right guidance. He very much can give to the different family or to the respective people, and the Torah is advocating this itself. However, this judge or this leader or mentor, if it's not a rabbi, has to be following the Torah, should be giving the advice as if it's like the Torah giving the advice and itself. And one could say at the end, you know, maybe they could have followed the advice and it didn't bear fruit. Not what they wanted. The thing they didn't want resulted. And however, the Torah is saying that if something, God forbid, it didn't work out, the advice, for one reason or another, it was the best for him. You followed the dictum of Pirkei Avot, of the ethics of the fathers, to follow, to listen to your rabbi and everything else. And if it doesn't work out at that stage in time, then so be it. You followed the advice. That's a victory over here. It was min hashamayim. It came from heaven at the end, whatever would result from this. And that's very much requested or represented in this week's parsha from the advice the Torah gives itself. So choose your mentors, choose your rabbis, but they should follow the Torah, guys. And I would like to wish you all a fantastic Shabbat. May this be dedicated in Lilu Nishmat, my late grandmother Sarah Yehudit Bat Esther, and have an awesome Shabbat, guys. Shabbat Shalom.